Now we return you to our regular scheduled program in progress.
Hey, quick disclaimer before the start of the video. I recorded this shit like a week ago, right? Like before the World Cup even started. So these predictions might look a bit retarded now. In hindsight, they do look a bit retarded. But, just chill, chill. Also, this video is coming out late because I didn't feel like editing it at the time. It was just, it was a lot at the time, but I got it out now. So enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, welcome back to the channel. And more specifically, welcome to the official ZK Talks Football World Cup 2026 predictions. Yeah, slap it up, slap it up, slap it up. Completely original video idea, the likes of which we've never ever seen before, completely revolutionary, changing the game, yeah, man. Yeah, but jokes aside, yeah, let's get into this. The first proper World Cup that I'll be watching with my country, and because 2010 I didn't really watch like that. Yeah, I watched it, but like I was 5 years old, so I don't really. I'm saying, was it 2002? I think they were there 2002 or 98. I wasn't even born yet, so that doesn't even matter. But my country, I'll be representing my country at the World Cup. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Will I be watching all the games like I did in the past two World Cups? Probably not. No, the times it's a bit mad still. It's a bit mad. Like a couple games at 12 p.m., a couple games at not 12 p.m., 12 in the morning, like a.m., 3 in the morning. I can't do that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Trying to watch the NBA playoffs has already fucked up my sleep schedule. So, yeah, that is besides the point. That is besides the point. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're gathered to talk about the World Cup predictions. And, my predictions haven't been, how can I say this? Good, to say the least, this season. Yeah, but that's gonna change. That is gonna change today. That changes. But let's start it off, man. Let's start it off. In Group A, we have Mexico, South Africa, Korea, and Czechia. Honestly, there's a lot of factors that you have to put into this. One being the weather. Teams are passing out, or players are passing out because of the weather. So European teams might not perform as well as you would think they would, or teams that aren't used to the heat, or countries that aren't used to the heat. Countries like England, Scotland, probably Czechia. Gotta have a couple of other countries in there as well. But yeah, I don't think countries that aren't used to the heat are gonna do well. But I do think that countries that are used to the heat are going to do pretty well. Like African countries, I wouldn't be surprised if an African country made it to the quarterfinals or the semis. I really wouldn't be surprised. Like Morocco in 2022. I would not be surprised. But let's start it off. I think Mexico. I'm going to go with South, man. I'm trying not to put my bias into this. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm going to go with Czechia. They've got a couple good players in there. Now, I haven't watched any of the qualifiers, so I don't know how any of these teams played in the qualifiers. But let me just do this. Fuck it. Czechia, down, bottom. South Africa, I think they finished third. I do think we go through, but I think we finished third. Group B, Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, and Qatar. Yeah, Switzerland have always had a good team historically. Canada, I think they have a couple of good players in their team. I don't know if Alphonso Davies is fit, but they've got a couple good players in there. From what I can remember, from what I've watched these past couple of months from Canada, I think they'd be a good team in the World Cup. Group C. Obviously Haiti's going all the way to the bottom. That just goes without saying. But I think Brazil win it. Then Morocco. Haiti all the way to the bottom. Brazil have a good team. Brazil do have a good team. Like, let's just not lie. Plus, they live in heat, basically, so they're probably used to it, you know. They'd probably be used to the weather. So I wouldn't be surprised if Brazil did well this World Cup. Neymar, legacy World Cup, you know. If you win it, it stamps your legacy. If you don't, you're just another guy, you know what I'm saying? That's what people are going to say, bro. I love Neymar, but that's just what people are going to say. They're just going to be like, nah, he's just another guy. He's just another guy. He has to do well. Even though he's old and he can barely move, he has to do well in this World Cup. Anyway, moving on. I'm yapping. Group D, I'm going to go with the USA. Go with the USA, Turkey, Australia, and Paraguay. I don't really know anybody from the Paraguay team except for, I think, Enciso, but I think he's injured. So, yeah, that just completely fucked their World Cup. Moving on, Group E. I'm going to go with a surprise pick. I'm going to go with Cote d'Ivoire, bro. I'm going to go with Cote d'Ivoire. You know, I think there might be a surprise team. I think people might not, you know what I'm saying, they might be looking down on them, which you could say for a lot of African teams. A lot of African teams will be looking down, or will be looked down upon, you know, because they're like, African football is this, is that. Listen, bro. Listen. African teams, they got some shit, man. They got some shit for you. But I think Cote d'Ivoire win Group E. I think they do win it. Germany, second place. Ecuador, and then, was that Curacao? Yeah. I mean, the women are going to be fine. The kids are going to be fine. The team? No. Them niggas are going to stink out the gaff, man. But at least we're going to see some fun shit. Let's hope the cameramen are on point. What the fuck am I talking about? That is crazy. That is ridiculous. Never mind. Never forget I said that. Group F. All of these are actually pretty good teams. Like around this, like these three specifically, or these two, I guess. Japan and Sweden, I think, around a similar level. Tunisia is finishing last. Netherlands, though, they're extremely hit and miss. You know, they can be extremely hit and miss. That's crazy. That Japan team, though, is like, it's kind of waning off. You know, they had their golden generation in the 2022 World Cup. They got a couple of scalps. I think they beat Germany. They went into the round of 16. I think, I could be wrong if my memory serves me right, which usually it does not. But I think they went into the round of 16 and beat Germany in the group stage. But Netherlands, you know, as much as Ronald Koeman is a fucking idiot and he's an absolute weirdo, I think they do win the group. I'm gonna go with Sweden second, Japan third, and then Tunisia. Honestly, it's a coin toss between Japan and Sweden. I do think it's a coin toss. You could pick either one and you'd still be right, or you wouldn't be wrong. But yeah, I think that's my picks. I'm confident in those picks. But I need Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Yeah, probably in that order, mate. But Belgium, I think they I don't know if they're gonna go far, but they do have a good team on paper. On paper, they do have a good team. Egypt, with Salah, you can never go wrong. I don't know any Iranian or New Zealand player, so I'm going to just move on before I make myself look like an idiot. Group H, Spain. I think Spain are going to go all the way. I do think Spain go all the way, but we'll talk about that later. Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. Fuck Saudi Arabia. No, not Saudi Arabia, never mind. Yeah. Cabo Verde. Again, yeah, I think Cabo Verde are gonna get flipping put in an absolute spin cycle. They're gonna get caught.
No Iceland, just cold voice on the release of the soul, I've been told. What is that face from?
Cabo Verde, you know what I'm saying? They're getting cooked. If they somehow make it through, fair play to them. But yeah, I think Spain won the group easily. Uruguay second, that's not really that crazy. Saudi Arabia, yeah, I think Saudi Arabia will finish that. Cabo Verde, though, yeah, they cooked. This might be the hardest one. Like for second, third, and fourth. This might be the hardest one. I think France win it. I think I'm gonna go with Senegal, Norway, and Iraq. Iraq just drew to? Who was it that they drew to? Was it Spain? I forgot. There was a team like a few days ago or some shit that they drew to. I forgot what team it was. But yeah, Norway, they're the ones that got cooked by the weather. So who knows how they're going to perform. You know, usually it's cold as shit in Norway. So I doubt they'd be used to like 30, 40 degree weather. You know, so they're most likely cooked. You know, they're one of the countries that I'm like, yeah, you man are cooked, man. But Senegal for the past probably 6 years have had African football in a fucking chokehold. You know, they have had African football in an absolute chokehold. If they play their cards right, they can win the next AFCON and go far in this World Cup. They can probably do well in the next 2 World Cups if they play their cards right. You know, they have an extremely talented core of players. They have an extremely talented group of even the older guys and the younger guys. It's ridiculous. They're probably, I can confidently say they're the best team from Africa at this World Cup, like by some distance, by quite some distance. Group J, I'll go with Argentina, unfortunately. Algeria and Austria. I'm gonna go with Algeria. I think they have a good team. They have a really good team. And then Austria, historically they've been good at World Cups and the Euros and stuff. And then Jordan last. I don't know any Jordanian players, so I'm not gonna lie and do some type of analysis. Group K, Portugal. Yeah, man, legacy tournament for the OG Cristiano. Legacy tournament. If he doesn't do well in this tournament, yeah, man. I mean, obviously his legacy is stamped, right? But this would be the ultimate swan song for Cristiano. You know, arguably even better than the way Messi went out in 2022, because Messi still continued playing. You know, he was at PSG when he won the World Cup, and he was terrible at PSG, and then he went to USA. But Cristiano, he wins the World Cup. Everybody forgets that this nigga went to Saudi trying to chase 1,000 goals. He can retire. We're finally going to see this nigga's back. We're going to be done with Cristiano. There's no longer going to be, we're done. It's over. It's over. So for his sake, I do hope he wins the World Cup, because this nigga, I feel like he might genuinely try to play at the next World Cup if he doesn't. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with Portugal 1, Colombia, Congo, and then Uzbekistan. I don't know any Uzbekistani footballers, bro. None at all. So by process of elimination, they just finished last in it. Group L. I think this, England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama last. Only thing from Panama that I know is just cause. I'm saying that's it. That's all I know. That's all I know from Panama. And obviously there's a couple of other stuff, but yeah, I think Panama finished last. I think England win it. England do have a point to prove though. As a nation, them niggas are on fraud watch. They're absolutely on fraud watch. You know, because not winning a single competition since 1966. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Fix up. Tommy T, I don't know if he's the man to do it, but we'll see, man. We'll see. We will see. Moving on. Come on, bro. Hurry up. Fuck. Pick the best. How many should I pick? 8. I'm gonna go with Japan, Ecuador, Austria, Norway, South Africa. I don't know about Ghana, man. I think Scotland might win like 1 game, or like draw all of their games and then finish third that way. I'm going with Ghana. How many do I have left? 2. Scotland and fuck it for the vibes. No, not Congo. That's crazy. I'm gonna go with it. Saudi. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Saudi Arabia. Now, for the knockouts. The juicy shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit that everybody's been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. The first knockout game, Cote d'Ivoire versus Scotland. I think Ivory Coast get it. France versus Japan. Yeah, France might go all the way. This is going to be a really good game, especially considering the fact that Cote d'Ivoire just lost to, not Cote d'Ivoire just lost. Cote d'Ivoire just beat France like 2-3 days ago. So that's going to be a really good game. If obviously Cote d'Ivoire finish in that position, But yeah, Korea versus Canada. I'm gonna go with shit. In LA, the City of Angels. I'm gonna come back to that one. I think Morocco. Netherlands, extremely overhyped. Extremely fucking overhyped country. They haven't done anything since 2010. Extremely fucking overhyped country. I think Morocco beat them. Colombia and Croatia. I think Colombia, one of the best teams at the World Cup, in my opinion. Spain, Algeria. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. USA. I'm gonna go with the USA still. I think, home field advantage. Hopefully they can set their differences aside and actually, do something, like be a cohesive unit. But we'll see. Maybe they might let their egos get in the way. Who knows? I'm gonna go with Belgium. My beloved South Africa, you were getting packed up, unfortunately. Brazil, Sweden. I'm gonna go with Brazil still. Senegal. Germany, another extremely overrated country in my opinion. I think Senegal beat them. I do think Senegal beat them. As much as I like Germany, I think Germany historically have been a good country. But even at the 2014 World Cup, right? Like that final, it's a bit fugazi, I can't lie. Like Argentina missed a shit ton of chances in that game. And winning it in the 112th minute, they're just still riding off the coattails of that win. 2018, they didn't do shit. 2022, they didn't do shit. 2026, I highly doubt they will do shit. So, again, good game. That's a really good game. Mexico versus Saudi, yeah, it's Mexico. Yeah. England versus Norway, I think England win it. Argentina, Egypt, Argentina, yeah, sorry Mo, but you're gonna get packed in, bruv. Switzerland versus Austria. I'm gonna go with Switzerland. Portugal. Okay, let me go back to this. Korea versus Canada. You know what? I'm gonna go with Canada. I got a feeling Canada will win that game. France. I think it's gonna be a really good game. Extremely tight. Probably ending 2-1 or 3-2 or something like that. I think it's going to be not very similar, but I think it's going to be a tight game. Cote d'Ivoire, I wouldn't say they're my dark horses, but I'd say they're the underrated team of the World Cup. I don't think people are going to be rating them as highly as they should. But yeah, I do think France beat them. Morocco, yeah, that's going to be a good game. Spain, yeah. I'm gonna go Belgium. You know what? You could swap Ecuador on the US, honestly. It's a coin toss, but I do think Belgium make it. Is it the quarters? Yeah, the quarterfinals. Brazil versus Senegal. I think this will be a very good game too. Two very talented teams, but I think Senegal got it. You're probably like, this guy's bullshitting. Why is he picking all the African teams? Because I trust Senegal. Senegal, they have my backing. If it's not South Africa, it's Senegal. I love Senegal, man. Shout out Senegal. Not Sadio Mane though, because he's been on a mad thing. But yeah, shout out Senegal. England over Mexico. Argentina. Unfortunately. Portugal. Oi. Oh, that's gonna be juicy. Yeah. That's gonna be nice. That is gonna be sensational. I think Portugal win. I can't lie. I do think Portugal win. I don't think Argentina have it in them. Honestly, I don't. I don't think they got it in them. I do not think Argentina have it in them to go again. Because when you win a World Cup, and you still have like that core left in the next team, you don't really have much of a point to prove. Portugal have, I think, in my opinion, the better team all around. I think they have a better team than Argentina. Argentina's team is old. There haven't really been any new players that are going into that team. Portugal have Nuno Mendes, they've got Vitinha, they've got João Neves, they've got fucking Gonzalo Ramos. A bunch of players that weren't okay. Gonzalo was at the previous World Cup, but a bunch of players that have improved since the last World Cup. I don't think Argentina have that. Rodrigo de Paul has fallen off a cliff. Lionel Messi, he's old. He doesn't really have anything to prove. Julian Alvarez is probably the only one that might have something to prove. Lautaro, he's old. McAllister, legs gone. So that core, is cooked. I don't even know if Di Maria is going to the World Cup. Does that nigga even still play football? I don't know. Senegal versus England. Unfortunately, I think England win. Unfortunately, the colonizers, the battle of the colonizers. I think unfortunately England do win. It might be too much for Senegal, but I don't know. We'll see. Spain, they're gonna do something crazy to Belgium. France versus Spain. Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. A rematch of the Euros final. Was it the final? No, it wasn't the final. The semi-final. The rematch. France, do you get your leg back? Lamine Yamal, do you nut on them again? We will see. These are the semi-finals. I think Portugal. England, they ain't on shit, man. Them niggas are on some crazy fucking fraud watch. I think, oh man, I don't know, because that France team, like, they always have, like, an extremely talented team, I think France do it. If Mbappe can get rid of his ego, I do think France can do it. Then the final, Mbappe versus his idol, Cristiano. Damn. That's crazy. Honestly, it's a coin toss, in my opinion. I think it's a coin toss. That France team, stacked. That Portugal team, stacked. But shit. I'm gonna go with Portugal. I think Portugal are gonna be your 2026 World Cup winners. I think Portugal will do it. I do think they will do it. Honestly, I think this is their year. I think this is Portugal's year. I've chosen Portugal as my champion. Yeah, I think they do it, man. I think this is the year that Portugal do it. But those have been your predictions, or my predictions, for the World Cup 2026. It starts in a couple of days, a week and some change. So yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be fun. The times though, man, that sucks. That fucking sucks. I think I can feel now what Americans go through, watching European football. Yeah, this is gonna be suckish. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I've gone on for long enough. I've yapped on for long enough. Those have been your predictions. I hope you niggas have a good one. I'm out. Deuces.